Have you ever questioned what it truly means to be masculine in today's society? As the world turns, our understanding of masculinity evolves too. It's no longer just about brute strength and stoicism. There are layers, nuances, and not all of them are healthy. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on some of those unhelpful stereotypes, the so-called 7 deadly sins of masculinity. We're setting the stage for a journey into understanding these facets. Today we dive into the 7 deadly sins of masculinity. First on our list is pride, often seen as an inflated sense of one's personal status. Pride, in its essence, can be a formidable force, driving us to achieve, to excel. But when pride becomes about proving oneself superior to others, it morphs into a dangerous form of egoistic masculinity. Imagine a man who insists on winning every argument, who must always have the last word. This isn't just about being right, it's about dominance. It's a game of ego, where the only acceptable outcome is victory, and the only measure of worth is superiority. This kind of pride can make a person blind to the value of others' perspectives, and it can turn relationships into battlegrounds. Now think about the man who is so proud of his accomplishments that he cannot bear to show weakness or admit a mistake. This rigid self-image stifles personal growth. It creates a wall that keeps out new ideas and experiences, and it can lead to isolation. But here's the kicker. Pride, as a form of egoistic masculinity, can be incredibly fragile. It depends on constant validation and comparison. When that validation is threatened, or when the comparison doesn't favorably stack up, it can lead to resentment, anger, even aggression. Pride, when it's about proving superiority, is a trap. It's a cage of one's own making. It's an obstacle to authentic connection, to empathy, to growth. Remember, true masculinity involves humility and respect for others. Next, we have envy, a sin that breeds discontent and resentment. Envy, when it comes to masculinity, often manifests itself in the form of competition. It's that nagging urge to outdo others, to be the best, the strongest, the most successful. But here's the catch. This competitive spirit isn't always healthy. It can lead to unnecessary tension, creating a battleground where there should be camaraderie. It fosters a culture of one-upmanship, where the value of a man is measured not by his character, but by his ability to surpass others. And in this race to the top, it's easy to lose sight of what's really important. The consequences of this competitive masculinity can be devastating. It can lead to broken friendships, strained relationships, and an unhealthy self-image. After all, when your worth is determined by your ability to outdo others, what happens when you're not on top? But remember, masculinity is not a contest. It's not about being better than the guy next to you. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about embracing your strengths and acknowledging your weaknesses. It's about growth, progress, and self-improvement. So let's challenge this notion of competitive masculinity. Let's redefine what it means to be a man. Because true masculinity isn't about being better than others, but about being the best version of oneself. Wrath, our third sin, is often linked to aggression and violence. It's a dangerous and destructive force that can cause a lot of harm, not only to others, but also to oneself. Picture a pot boiling over, spilling its contents without control. That's wrath. It's the unchecked anger that can lead to words and actions we might regret later. However, true masculinity isn't about letting anger control us. It's about understanding our emotions, acknowledging them, and finding healthy ways to express them. It's about showing respect not just to others, but to ourselves as well. And let's not forget, aggression and violence are not signs of strength. They are merely displays of uncontrolled emotions. True strength lies in being able to control one's anger, in being able to stand in the face of provocation and choose peace. Remember, true masculinity involves strength, yes, but it's the strength of character, not physical strength. Sloth, our fourth sin, is characterized by a lack of effort or care. Often misunderstood as pure laziness, it's more insidious than that. It's a passive acceptance of the status quo, a refusal to engage, to strive for more. It's the guy who lets life pass him by, the one who lets opportunities slip because he's too comfortable in his comfort zone. Sloth in masculinity can lead to stagnation in personal growth and relationships. It's the man who refuses to put in the effort to improve, to learn, to grow. He's the one who shrugs off responsibility and accountability, preferring to let others carry the burden. But is this true masculinity? The answer is a resounding no. True masculinity involves taking action and embracing responsibility. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging yourself, and striving for improvement. It's about owning your choices and decisions and standing up for what you believe in. True masculinity means stepping up, taking responsibility, and striving for improvement. The fifth sin, greed, is characterized by an excessive desire for wealth or possessions. It's a trap, a pitfall, that has ensnared many. It's the relentless pursuit of the next big thing, the latest gadget, the flashiest car. It's the race to outdo, to own more, to be seen as more. But here's the thing, gentlemen, this sin, this greed, can lead to an unhealthy obsession with material wealth. And the cost? Often it's personal relationships and mental health. It's missed birthdays and anniversaries, strained friendships, and a mind that never rests because it's constantly searching for the next acquisition. And for what? For items that lose their shine as soon as the next version hits the market? Remember, gentlemen, true masculinity is far more than the sum of your possessions. It's about character, integrity, kindness, and respect. True masculinity isn't about what you own, but who you are as a person. Our sixth sin, gluttony, is characterized by overindulgence and overconsumption. Here we're not just talking about excessive eating or drinking, but rather a broader spectrum of behaviors that reflect a lack of restraint or moderation. This can include the relentless pursuit of wealth, power, fame, or any other form of excess that can lead to an unhealthy lifestyle. Excessive masculinity, as embodied by gluttony, is the relentless drive to always want more, to always be more. It's the insatiable desire to prove oneself, to outdo others, to dominate at all costs. But what's the price we pay for this constant hunger? Often it's our health, our relationships, our peace of mind. Let's consider the health implications. Overwork and stress can lead to a host of health issues, from heart disease to mental health problems. And the pursuit of physical perfection can lead to harmful behaviors like overexercising or using performance-enhancing substances. Then there's the impact on relationships. Excessive masculinity can lead to a disregard for others' feelings and needs, as the focus becomes solely about personal gain or achievement. This can strain personal relationships and create a sense of isolation. Finally, there's the loss of peace of mind. The constant striving and competing can lead to a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction, as there's always something more to achieve, something better to attain. True masculinity involves moderation and self-control. It's about knowing when enough is enough, and understanding that our worth is not defined by how much we have or how much we achieve, but by who we are as individuals. Finally, we have lust, a sin often linked to an unhealthy sexual desire. Lust, in the context of masculinity, can take on a particularly problematic form. We're not just talking about an appreciation for physical beauty or a healthy sexual attraction. No, we're diving into the deep end where desire morphs into obsession, and respect for individuality is lost in the process. When lust takes the driver's seat, it can lead to the objectification of others, reducing people to mere objects of desire, rather than recognizing them as individuals with their own thoughts, feelings, and agency. This isn't just damaging to the person being objectified, but it can also lead to unhealthy relationships, creating a power dynamic that's based on control rather than mutual respect, love, and understanding. This kind of sexualized masculinity can be seen in certain societal norms and expectations, where men are often encouraged to be sexually aggressive and dominant. But let's not forget that these are outdated stereotypes that do no justice to the complexity of human emotions and relationships. Sexual desire is a natural part of being human, but it's how we handle this desire that defines us. True masculinity isn't about exerting power or control over others, but about understanding and managing our desires in a respectful and considerate way. In essence, lust, when unchecked, can lead us down a dangerous path. But it's important to remember that true masculinity involves respect for others and healthy relationships. So, what does true masculinity look like? It's not about vanity, envy, or aggression. It's not being passive, materialistic, or excessive. Nor is it about sexualizing every interaction. True masculinity is a journey of self-discovery, understanding, and growth. It's about learning from the 7 deadly sins and cultivating respect, responsibility, and personal development. It's about being true to oneself, respecting others, and taking responsibility for one's actions. Remember, true masculinity is about respect, responsibility, and personal growth.